Being in an institution with all males, it does become difficult because they look at you as a female. Okay, what does it mean to be a female? What does it mean? I don't care who you are, male, female, like I don't care. It's not gonna change my goals. It's not gonna change how I perform. It just gives me an opportunity to be better than the next. If it's a male, okay. If it's a female, okay. My goal was to never give them the opportunity to make them feel like I'm less than them. So I worked harder, I trained harder, and I just wanted to be on top. And that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I had goals and I made sure I reached it. Okay, what is he doing that I'm not doing? That everybody loves so much? Check, got. So just like that, I just set a foundation for myself and I just built from there. And I've never had a male Marine look at me any different, ever. And if they did, they need to take that up with God. Cause that ain't between me and you. At that point, it ain't between me and you. My name is Kenina Bonner. I'm a staff sergeant in the United States Marine Corps, and I'm currently a drill instructor on Parris Island. I've been a drill instructor currently for about 2 years. So I'm coming up on my last year. To God be the glory, great things he has done. Coming up on my last year. Me joining the military did set this foundation for where I'm at now when it comes to bodybuilding. So when I first got to my first duty station, I didn't have a car. I didn't know what to do with myself. All I did was go to school and do sports. Like, what do I do? So I was like, you know what? I want to always be physically fit. Like, you know, like in boot camp, they always tell you you need to be physically fit, or you need to be able to run, do this, do that. Got to keep up with your hang, pull-ups, whatever the case may be. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be strong. So in the beginning, it was hard to kind of have that discipline and that mindset, but slowly but surely, I was able to get there. But I think coming to the drill field, it gave me a different kind of discipline, the discipline that I needed. It made me feel like I can literally do anything. So my first year as a drill instructor, you really don't have time for anything but being a drill instructor. You don't have time to eat, you don't have time to sleep, everything you need to do to be a bodybuilder. So as much as we were doing, I was losing my gains, they would like to say, because we were running a lot, we was in the heat, didn't really have time to eat. So my body started to lack in certain areas that I worked so hard for. So that first year being a drill instructor, when it was constant back-to-back, just learning my job, I was not able to go to the gym.
Let's go! Strike it, let's go! Harder, faster now! Harder, faster now! Let's go, push me back! Let's go, hug!
So when I finished my first year and I went back into bodybuilding, I said, I literally can do anything. I can take this on. So the waking up at 2 in the morning before I was doing my drill instructor duties, going up to do cardio, finding gyms that were closed, and I was sneaking in just to do my cardio, getting my meals in. No matter how late the day was, no matter what my day consisted of, no matter how hungry I was, I felt like I can do anything. So one thing that I'm taking from the drill field is the discipline that I didn't think I needed to continue being a good bodybuilder. But all in all, it has been a great experience. It has. Even though I've seen some of my worst days, I've also seen some of my best days, you know? Some days you think I'm not gonna make it. And you make it through that day and you're like, wow, I didn't think I was gonna make it. And you make it and you realize, okay, I could do this. It just makes you go through life fearlessly. It makes you go through life fearlessly. Like I said, I'm transitioning back into the bodybuilder community. I took after I graduated, I took about maybe 3 weeks off. I reached back out to my coach and I said, hey, I know I've been gone for a little bit. And he had that understanding, life was just not easy to bodybuild. And be a drill instructor at that point. Like I try to put a lot on my plate, but you know, sometimes you gotta step back and realize that that's just too much for you right now. So I realized it was too much for me, but when the time came and I knew I was mentally, physically ready, I reached back out to my coach and I said, hey, I'm sorry for the disappearing, but I'm back, and my goal right now is to take an extensive off season just to get my body back, put some gains back on. And I said I want to take like a 6-month off season, put some muscle back on my body, and then hit the ground running from there. And my goal is to go to the Olympia. And I'm saying it. I told him I'll do anything, whatever it takes to get there, because I know that I feel like I've taking like 3 steps forward and like a million steps back, and I'm just trying to get back into the game. So I know I'll do anything that it takes to get to where I want to go. I'm tired, bro. 16 weeks. I was with my coach for 16 weeks, and I earned my pro card. A lot of people say they got I earned my pro card in 16 weeks. Something that I was working for like 5 years. You know, sometimes it's just all mental. You just gotta be mentally strong. And you gotta be stronger than your excuses, for real. So now I'm kinda like at the bottom, but you know, like any other pro, Rome wasn't built in a day. You work your way up. You go to Olympia, but you don't get words. Your expression is through how you pose, your choice of music. Like, do you want them to feel what you've been through by the music that you choose, or do you want to just be happy on stage by the music that you choose? And I'm a very like bubbly, uplifting person, so I will never choose a song of what I've been through, but more of like the moment. Everything you worked so hard for over the last 14 weeks is crammed into like 30, 60 seconds. They call your name, your number. You walk on stage, you do your mandatory poses, which sometimes they like to call it a routine. We'll do some quarter turns, we're doing our mandatory poses, and that can last for like a couple minutes, so pretty much getting hazed on stage. Honestly, I feel like anybody can do bodybuilding, but the people that are surrounded, it's the ones that made it. It's the like-minded individuals who knows what it takes to become a bodybuilder. So you know when you walk into that room behind stage and as all those bodybuilders, you know that everyone had a different sacrifice to get here, whether it was mental, physical, financial. You know everybody in that room went through something to get there. So you know that the mindset is not minimal there. You know everybody had to go through sleepless nights, and on cardio. No matter how much cardio somebody had to do, you know, they're either from 30 to 90 to 2 hours. You know that everybody's story is different, but they all made it. So that means that they did not quit because they made it to that show day. So I want people to know that I'm living in the moment. When the time comes, I'm living in the moment, because whatever happens, win, lose, I'm living in the moment. Like, I'm just blessed to be here on the stage, because I know that it wasn't easy. So when I make it to Olympia, I know that it wasn't easy. So for me, living in the moment. Just remember that I lived in the moment, and I'm enjoying every second, every day, every minute of that experience.